I'm more than this, Cordo.
But that's why I brought Abigail into this house, so you'd have something to do.
I don't need something to do. I need purpose. I need something to be.
Mabel, just fall into line.
I have to hear that one more time.
Don't you ever make fun of me again. Don't you ever make fun of me again. You don't know what I'm capable of. Don't push me.
Wow. Intense. That's John Leguizamo, executive producer and star of the new dramatic TV series, The Green Veil, where he plays a government agent in the 50s tasked with unraveling a secret mission. This guy, Gordon Rogers.
Wow, yeah.
This character that you're playing, I think you said it in your own way. He's an incredibly complex, self-hating guy who wants to be seen as white, and you say fans are going to despise him.
Oh, yeah, I hope so. I want to be hated. No, this guy's disgusting. He's a really sick individual. You know, I jumped on this show because when the director, writer, Aaron Rappaport told me that it was based, he'd done research and he learned that in the 1950s, the U.S. government was coming up with excuses to go to Native American families and take their children from them and put them up for adoption so they couldn't inherit the land.
Yes, yes.
And they could give it to oil companies.
Mm-hmm.
So when I heard that, I said, I'm in. And then when we created this character, you know, because it's based on real historical, it's historical fiction with sci-fi elements, this guy who's self-hating, who's, you know, we Latin people are finally coming to a place where we accept, a crossroads, where we accept that we are indigenous and we embrace our Afro-Latinidad. Because, you know, there was, from colonial days, we've been ashamed of being anything but trying to pass or be as white as possible. But this is the 50s.
Yeah.
So he's trying to get the white wife, have the white child. Obviously, he couldn't have a white child with her, so he had to adopt. Yeah. And he thinks that if he is perfect and he does all the evil things that the community wants him to be, he'll be accepted and rewarded.
It's a dark assimilation.
Yes.
You feel that. And we saw also some version of this in Killers of the Flower Moon, the story of the brilliant Oscar-nominated film as well. This character, though, when you're playing someone so counter to everything you represent, obviously all of your characters are different from you.
Right, absolutely.
But this guy at his core, to your point, is the polar opposite of who you are. You are unapologetic about being Latino, about being of color. I mean, your quote, I read an Instagram quote because Variety is saying you will likely be nominated. If not, you should win an Emmy. And you said, if I win, I will be the first Latino to ever win in this category in the Emmy. 75-year history.
Yes.
Crazy.
Crazy. You guys are the best. You guys are the best. If you say it, it will happen. Yeah. You got to manifest it, you know. But yeah, it's crazy. I mean, look, we Latin people have been here since 1492 at least, if not before, for our empires. You know, and alongside Black America, we helped build this country in the Southwest and the West. But, you know, we're disappeared in history books. Our contributions are erased. And then, you know, we're invisible. It's crazy. And that's why I love doing the shows, because, you know, I watch all these period pieces, and we're never in any of them. But we've been here all this time. Like, you watch Mad Men, which I love that show, but it hurt me so bad because there was not one Latin person. And you're going to tell me in the 60s there was not one Latin person in New York? Come on. You saw West Side Story. We were here, all over the place. Come on. So putting us in the 50s, at least we're starting to go back. Then we can go back and start putting us back in history.
I go back to the conversation today about charisma, and I'll tell you, because, you know, when you're a comedian, I'm sure people expect you to be funny, all the time. And you're like, I do this for a living.
Well, my wife expects me not to be so funny.
Oh,
goes,
really?
Oh, yeah. She's like, not everything's a joke, John.
Right. No, but
you gotta take me seriously.
You have this beautiful melody of the comedy world, of the Broadway stage, of the stage that we know, but again, with using your charisma to really talk hard truths to people. I mean, that's
it's much better. It's much better if you're charming and if you are sort of like respectful, and you can be passionate. But being angry.
You're very strategic. You are a very strategic.
If I want to win, if I want to win the war, you know, I mean, if you get hostile or too aggressive, you can win the battle maybe, but you're not going to win the war. I want to win the war.
Oh.
Yeah, yeah.
I love that. Before I let you go,
this is free, by the way.
What was
this
free?
is going to be free on this new network called the network.stream. That's how you get it. It's free. I'm one of the
well, that's
founders.
breaking news to me. I didn't know that.
That's right. We had to create our own platform to put this show on because it was really difficult to sell it about Native American history and with Latino stars. The streamers and the studios did not want it. So we created our own platform, thenetwork.stream.
And now you're on the short list to get an Emmy.
That's right. That's how you do it.
That's how you do it.
That's how you do it.
Before you go, I love your show, Leguizamo Does America. The last time you were here, it's on MSNBC, where you travel really uncovering the richness of Latino culture around America. You were in Philadelphia.
Right.
And season 2, by the way, is coming. And you talk about the realness of gentrification. My very first, I was a little guerrilla reporter. I went and rented a video camera when you could do that back at the library.
Right.
I lived at 18th and Green, and there were a lot of kind of shelters and a lot of Vietnam veterans, and they were moving them out to put in students like myself, whose parents were able to pay the high rent. And I watched all of these old men who would say hi to me every morning slowly disappear. And when I saw that you were tackling this conversation of gentrification, specifically in Philadelphia, that was, again, another bold move by you.
Yeah, I mean, you know, I mean, I didn't really understand how horrible gentrification and urban renewal were. Until I was there and saw it myself. So, you know, they push us, they redline us, they segregate us into terrible neighborhoods, but then when they want the neighborhoods, then they start defunding your public schools, hospitals disappear, supermarkets go away, and then the people are trying to hold on until they can't, and then they leave and leave everything free for the developers.
Your range is phenomenal, and you couldn't do it without charisma. And that's how you, I'm sure, it's true.
I got some riz, I told you I got some riz.
You got some riz for the biz. Give it up for John Leguizamo. You can stream the first 2 episodes of The Green Veil on the new, and you heard it, free streaming service, The Network.